Hey folks, up here at 10,500, and my first solo flight anyway. I've got about a little over 15 hours in this airplane with my instructors, but this is my first solo flight. So I left Austin Executive and heading up to Lubbock, Texas. Gonna land at the international airport up there, and then hopefully get a crew car or Uber, head into town to get a couple of my, or eat at one of my favorite restaurants there, hang out for a little bit, and then come back home. I have 5 hours of flying that I have to do solo in the airplane before I could fly any passengers in here. So I don't know that I'll quite meet the 5 hours. You can see here we're cruising along at about 100.
905, if you maintain 6,000.
We're cruising along at about anywhere from about 196 to 199 knots ground speed. The winds are pretty calm at altitude today, so we're not really getting much help or not getting hurt any. And you can see that, I don't know if you can see it over here or not, but the fuel flow shows a little over about 18.5 gallons an hour. And so we're running at about 72%. I don't know how this will come in here. I'll see if I can focus on it. But you can see here at 31 inches and about 2,300 RPM, we should be doing about 19 gallons an hour, which we are. And 12,000 feet, we're 10,500. We should be doing about 198 knots true. And all that's kind of working out. This thing is just crazy fast and fun. Really enjoying it. It's a really great, pretty easy airplane to fly. And up here, it is just smooth and super fun. So that's where we're at now. Just cruising along. Got 4-flight cranking here, connected to the Garmin via FlightStream, which is super nice. So getting traffic, getting weather, getting all kinds of fun stuff there. It's a treat for me. I didn't have that in the other plane. The iPad connects over Bluetooth, and you can see here we got the Garmin Connect here, which is giving us GPS altitude.
346 Charlie Mike, 2.7, climb to 5.
And so we're direct up here to Lubbock. We're about 30 minutes out.
Maintain 1-2000.
And
after 1-2000 for 6 Charlie Mike. Yeah, 6 Charlie Mike, sorry about that. Maintain 5,000.
We'll probably just
direct to Magoo.
pick back up again once we kind of get into the pattern.
6 Charlie Mike.
Winds are from the south today a little bit, so we'll be going north of the airport and then landing to the south. And it's a huge runway. It's like a 17 left is or 17 right, I think, is like a little over 2 miles long. It's 11,000 something feet. So we got plenty of room. And
5 Whiskey traffic, 12 o'clock, 8 miles opposite direction. Cherokee's 5,500.
So we'll turn it back on when we get back into the pattern and get ready to land. But glad to have you along.
1158 November, Lubbock Tower, runway 17 right. Clear to land, wind 180 at 10.
18010, clear to land for 58 November.
Potential aircraft information, Lima's now current, altimeter 3019er.
All right, here we go. We got the airport in sight for sure. We're about 7 miles out. Get down to about 4,200, which is the pattern altitude, and we'll start a right downwind. And then we get on the downwind, we'll get the gear down and flaps and do our jumps check. We're set up at a good spot. We're doing about 130 knots. Get the gear down anytime, that'll really slow us down. Then we'll get the flaps down. We're good on prop and mixture already. Open the cowl flaps up. All right, so we're about pattern altitude here. We'll arrest our descent for a second. All right, we're going to turn downwind here. We're downwind.
359 November. You're still clear to land, runway 17 right. Winds are now 180 at 7.
All right, clear to land for 58 November. All right, gear is down. Get our first notch of flaps. And let's get set up. All right, gas, we got the gear down. Now flaps, mixture prop. We are beam the threshold. All right, we're gonna turn our base turn. And again, we got the gear down. Flaps are down. We'll do this last notch of flaps when we get. All right, let's do last notch of flaps here. And again, gear down. And we're looking for about 83 knots. And I don't mind being high. It's a long runway, and I got a long way to go down, so I don't mind landing a little long. Speed is good, right at 80 knots. All right, gear down. Flaps full, mixture prop.
Five 8 November, Safe Park.
We're going to Lubbock Arrow.
5 8 November, turn right taxiway Bravo and hold short of taxiway Lima. Contact ground point 9.
Taxiway Bravo and hold short of Lima and then over to ground. Thanks, 5-8 November.